So what I did was I came up with some of the questions that if you as a leader, whether you be a community leader, whether you lead a cause, or whether you are a church leader, or whether you are a leader at your job, that if you answer these questions for people who follow you, then you will satisfy what these people need in order to maintain that relationship with them, where you're the leader and they're the follower. And so some of the questions I looked at was, people want to know what's going on. They want to know what's going on. They want you to tell them if you're the leader. They want to know, what happened. When they come into you, they want you to be able to tell them what happened. Listen, we made a change because of this. This is why we did it. They want to know it. And if you can't tell them, then they look at you and think that maybe they shouldn't follow you. Maybe they should follow someone else. They want to know what's going to happen. Now, that doesn't mean you have to predict the future, but you do have an idea about what's going to happen. Let's say you ran a Fortune 500 company, and you guys decided that you were going to move overseas. You were going to cut down a factory, close down one factory and move it overseas, and you have people who work there. Those people will want you to be able to tell them, hey, listen, we're going to shut down this factory here, and we're going to move overseas. That way those people have satisfied some of those needs, that physiological need and that safety need. The safety need right now might be in jeopardy, right? Because they're thinking, wow, now I either got to get a passport, a work passport to move overseas, or I got to go find another job so I can maintain that. But if for some reason something didn't happen, that person would still have confidence in the leader to realize that, hey, this person is going to be straightforward with me, and they're going to satisfy that part of me being satisfied. They're going to address my needs. So now I guess I'll continue to follow that person. They want to know what their role is. They want to know the roles of other people. Okay, this is what you want to do. So if you look at a leader, and the leader was to say that one of the things we want to do is we want to get Mark Rubio. We want him to become the senator. And one of the things I want you to do in this is to go out and pass out flyers. That's your role in that. You could probably follow him, and he could tell you what's the results of you fulfilling your role in that cause, right? You'll say, okay, all right, I understand. This is what I want to do. He's being straightforward with me. He's telling me what he wants me to do. He's telling me where we're going. He's told me how we're going to get there. He's told me what my role is. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to continue to follow this person. They want to know how it's going to benefit them, right? When Mark Rubio becomes senator, he's going to make it so we have clean water. He's going to make it so the swamp gets cleaned up. He's going to make it so they stop killing blue herons, or whatever it is that they'll get a benefit from. So when a leader can do those things, then they fulfill those leadership competencies. Now, I want to tell you guys, if you guys have any questions about anything I'm saying, feel free to ask me. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to go through this stuff, okay? And I hope you guys are getting something from it, right? All right. One of the things we talk about in the book is loyalty. And loyalty is important. It's important for you to understand what loyalty is, right? So how can you be loyal? You can be loyal to a person. You can be loyal to a cause. You could be loyal to an organization. You could be loyal to a concept. You can be loyal to yourself. And normally when there's a conflict between those loyalties, one of the things that we expect, if you're a leader, is that the leader will stay loyal to themselves, right? Do you guys know what PETA is? They're an organization. They stand against the mistreatment of animals for the benefit of humans. At one time, they used to conduct experiments on animals in order to test perfumes, or they used to raise animals and slaughter them so they could have fur, or they used to club seals, kill whales so they could get oil. Well, PETA stands against that. So if one of the things that you had that you truly and strongly believed in was the mistreatment of animals for the benefit of humans, then you wouldn't go work for a seal clubbing company, would you? So that's one of the things. And loyalty is very important. Another thing is moral courage. Now, I'm going to talk about moral courage for a minute, because moral courage is not something that's common. You don't run into it every day. Now, I think with the newer generation and people being more broad-minded, you're going to see a lot more of it than in the past. Does anyone know what moral courage is? Does anyone have an idea? You know what courage is, right? What is courage? Courage is the ability to do what it is that you're supposed to do in the face of fear, right? So moral courage is the ability to do what you're supposed to do in the face of adversity among people, other stakeholders. It would be like if you decided that you were going on the bus and someone was bullying a kid on the bus, and you believed that bullying a kid on the bus was wrong, but everybody else on the bus was doing it. Everybody was bullying this one person, and you thought it was wrong. If you went ahead and you didn't say anything or you joined in, you would lack moral courage. You would lack the courage of conviction to stand up for what it was that you believed in. And normally you'll see a lot of situations where something like that occurs. People will say, well, I didn't participate. I didn't join in. I didn't help them, but I didn't do anything to stop it either. That person lacks moral courage. So you see why I say it's more common. It's more common that it's not there than that it is. Moral courage is rare. It's difficult to find it. You have a group of people that see something that they know is wrong, and I try to avoid controversy if I can, because I don't want to be a controversial figure. But you'll see people do things that you know are wrong. At some point in time, that leader is going to stand up against it. One of the things I look at is Martin Luther King. You guys have heard of Martin Luther King, I know, so I'm not going to ask you that. But Martin Luther King was a civil rights activist. He believed that black people were being disenfranchised in the United States because they were black. And he thought that that was wrong. So he decided to do something about it. The adversity that he faced was that he would be shunned by some people who supported that. He might even be killed by some people who hated it. But he continued to do it anyway. That's moral courage. Okay? That's very important in leadership. If you want to be a leader and you want to inspire those people to follow you, then you have to demonstrate moral courage. You have to demonstrate loyalty to yourself. Now, when I say you have to be loyal to yourself, I mean you have to be loyal to everything that requires loyalty. That's the organization that you're a part of. That's the cause that you support. That might be the church that you go to. That might be the ideal that you hope comes to fruition. It could be anything. But if there's a conflict, then you have to revert back to that that loyalty to yourself, to what you know is right. And that's where moral courage comes in. Does anybody have any questions? All right. As a leader, you have followers, right? And that's a relationship. And you're going to often hear this phrase, as long as you continue to exist, that one of the most important parts of any relationship is communication, right? If you don't have communication, that relationship is going to be difficult. Any of you guys have a intimate relationship with somebody else that you're dating or something like that? Anybody? Nobody? Does anybody have any children? Does anybody have any? I know you all have parents.